So like this is a blues album I'm working on right now. It just happened to pop up. Kind of like a chiller blues, maybe Pink Floyd-ish or something, you know. A different get off from doing different styles of music, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you're a skateboarder, you don't want to just do an ollie, you know what I mean? I just use GarageBand. It's funny when I tell people that they think it's like a toy, you know? But I remember the days of using a 4-track. So I think it's what you do with it. I'm sure there's better, there's always something better, but it's just kind of what you do with it. A blank canvas is blank, is it not, you know? So here's, I don't know what this is even. Oh, this is like cumbias kind of stuff I was doing. I like cumbias. I really like cumbias, like 80s style cumbias. This might not be my best one. I just clicked on a random one. But then, yeah, I have like a Spanish album. I don't speak Spanish. Here we go, Easy Lou Trio. So Easy Lou Trio, it's just me, but it sounded jazzy. So yeah, you just kind of treat it like a piano. It's weird because it's fucking not. It's my beautiful pizza peel right here. Love making pizza. That's like one of my favorite things, man. In fact, that pizza that you had, it was like you had that curry pizza one that I made.
Yeah, dude. It was dope. You just kept producing pizzas, man. It's like,
thing.
It was a cool experience. Instead of just having a pizza in front of myself, every now and then I had a slice of something new.
My name is Brian Beck. When I play blues and music and stuff like that, I go by the name Easy Lou Jones, because it sounds bluesier than Brian Beck. And so I've been doing music for, I don't know, since 1999 was like my first show. I've always liked music. I remember, you know, I'd be really young and something would come on the radio. And I'd be like, who is this, you know? And I'd always ask my mom. Guitar always called to me. I remember when I was like 4 years old, that song Comfortably Numb, which is crazy, like as a 4-year-old, but one of my mom's favorite memories she's always bringing up is that I would ask her to write down the lyrics. Like, can you write this down while I'm playing this? And so I was like the super little kid, you know, so I've been doing that forever in that sense. You get better as you go. So it's just like a little bit. So right now we're driving around the valley. This is, it's just north of LA. This is where I'm from, and this is where we play a lot of our shows at these little bars that are throughout the area. So we're just heading to a few that, you know, means a little something to us and my band and me, and these are places I grew up, essentially. We're here at the Maui Sugar Mill Saloon. So this place is kind of like a cool dive bar that I used to play at with a bunch of my bands, and it picked up a bunch of notoriety because they have like a big Blues Monday, and it became a big thing. So now they got people like, I don't know, Slash has been here, and the Foo Fighters have had shows here, and a bunch of crazy stuff. So it's really picked up a lot, but this is our home. The Soul and Bones, I would say, if we have a place, this would be the bar that we call home.
Word, I shouldn't say I love you.
You can. Love you too, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, we're headed to the Cobalt now. We're right where Palladino's is, so yeah, however long that takes, bro.
Okay, yeah, okay, then I'll about that ASAP then.
All right, cool, man. We're going to meet Charles right now. Him and I have known each other for, I don't know, since like 2010 or something like that. But he's been with me through all these trips, and it's cool when you have like that kind of camaraderie. So where we are right now is at the Cobalt Cafe. This was, I think, where a lot of punk bands got starts. So this used to be the hangout, man. We'd all be sitting here smoking cigarettes with, you know, just leaning against the wall, and then we'd go play. Music is like a soundtrack to your life in high school. It kind of sucks the kids don't get, I guess, that same exposure. So where we're at here is the Scotland Yard. Sold when we first started, this was our home. We started Thursday nights, we were doing once a month, and then we started having a residency. And we'd play once a month on Fridays, and it was a party, man. We used to book a bunch of bands, and this was a cool spot to be. You had this, and then the Cobalt was just over there. And then over here we had Casey's, because Scotland Yard is just a pub. So it's kind of like this whole alleyway was like a little party. It was a cool spot to be. R.I.P. the Cobalt Cafe. The Valley is full of a bunch of little gems, you know, a bunch of little bars. I remember being a kid, you just go to a punk show, you know, and there's not a spot like that now. So like high school kids, they gotta wait till they're in the bars. So we formed the Government Trap, and it was just me and Adam Mays, and we wanted to kind of just do a punk band, but just two of us, kind of like a White Stripes or Black Keys, but punk. And then when that tapped out, we started the Sold, and that's where the Sold and Bones comes from. The Sold was our punk band. I played in another band, like I said, I was in a bunch of bands, and it was called the Billy Bones, and I played bass for him, and he has some notoriety for being in one of the first punk bands, the Skulls. So I wanted to do the Sold and Bones. So we brought him in, and that's kind of how this started, and we've been doing this band ever since. So we're here in the studio right now. We got our drummer setting up. He's just doing his little paradiddle thing and warming up, getting the mics checked. We're just gonna kind of set up and get ready. And the first thing is to basically get the drums down when you're recording for a band. We call them scratch tracks. And while we do that, we record the drums, and then we come back and overlay the other guitar parts or the bass parts, the sing and all that kind of shit, so.
The thing that I appreciate most about the Soul and Bones and our uniqueness is our brotherhood. We all get along really well together, and you know, it's times like this where we're all together in a small room where that really adds up to something.
As far as being in a band, having, you know, because you're always going to have personalities and problems and that kind of thing, but we get along awesome, man. We're like a family, you know, we hang together and we do things together, so yeah, it's a cool thing. It's a really cool thing. You know, just to be creative, man, when you got somebody like Easy, man, who's just, this stuff is mind-blowing, man, you know?
I have pedals, yeah, I can use that if you want me to use that to get like any kind of gain or whatever you think you would want.
Whatever. You have batteries in there?
Yeah. I'm ready to roll. All right, the goal for today is to try and get the drums, and then we're gonna start working on the single and put down some vocal tracks for now. And then that'll be the session 1 plan. Session 2, we'll put down guitar and bass, and then we do vocals after. This is our guy Gavin, right here. The producers, the engineers. I've been working with this guy for a long time. And we work well together. I love the way he works.
Back in the studio.
You good?
I'm ready.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Are you good? Everyone's good? Everyone's good? We're all good? It's gonna be fun.
So this is our drummer, Danny. We've been jamming with him for about a year now, and man, it's just one of those things. You know, when you're playing with musicians, drummers are the hardest motherfuckers to find. The people who like to just bang on shit. You know, it's been a pleasure working with him, and this is gonna be our first record together. Super pumped, as you could. I'm sure you heard some of the stuff as we're setting up. The guy wails.
Association, 55 Association!
It's intense, dude.
It's so tough to gauge, you know, until you start getting in the extras. But the drums, I guess what we're focusing on is the drums, and those sound sick.
That sounded fine. Yeah, that sounded great.
You sounded good in there. Can you give him the click? These things happen.
That's all I was looking for, was like that 5 seconds. Yeah, perfect. Should I play it all the way out through the end? Right there is good.
Can you take off that beginning click? Yeah, it's just loud as fuck. I think that's it. Yeah, we just needed something for that part.
Good shit, Danny. Fucking awesome.
You got that on your list?
You got that on my list.
Cool. I think that this album takes the band to the next level because the first one was just a punk album. I wrote the songs in like a week or two, and we were getting like 3 songs of rehearsal, which is pretty fast for a band. And after 3 weeks, we recorded it, and we didn't really, I didn't do too much on the back end, when you're mastering something. So I wanted it to be dirty. So for this one, I wanted it to be a little bit cleaner. For this album, we hope everybody likes it. It's not going to be the end of the Sold and Bones or any of the music that I do. I'm still going to be releasing blues stuff under Easy Lou Jones, and hopefully people watching this 10 years from now, there'll be more records down the line too from other projects that I do. You want to just kind of stay busy and enjoy what you're doing. So,
do you ever see a point in life where you would stop making music?
Nah. There's no end in sight for sure.
You said yeah. They said no.
Like last time when we did a record, like you put me a little to the right, he's a little to the left of the center.
Yeah. You could also set you up here.
Or I guess I gotta go higher.
Break like daylight, everybody waste time. People want the spotlight, someone play the bass line. This way, that way, we display our distaste. We don't want no discard, most of us are misplaced. We said yeah. They said no. We said yeah. They said no.
Does that sideways smile says it all.